If you manage to reach level 25 of the Global Beta Battle Pass on Pokemon TCG Live, you'll receive this Palkia VStar World Championship deck for free. This Battle Pass does end on March 29th, so time is running out. But according to the person who leaked all over me without asking, Palkia VStar will be one of the default free decks beginning on March 30th. We don't know what that Palkia list will include though, so it's still probably a good idea to try and reach level 25 now if you can. Because the World Championship deck used the Inteleon engine, rotation will hit the deck semi-hard, so you can say goodbye to all the D-block cards like Shady Dealings, Drizzile, and Inteleon, Galarian Zigzagoon, Scoop Up Net, Training Court, Evolution Incense, Marnie, Capacious Bucket, and Quick Ball. Essentially, rotation takes away Palkia's consistency. Post-rotation, this is what you'll want Palkia VStar to look like. According to Japanese site Hoo-Hoo, Palkia is going to be Tier 3 come April. A lot of the decks I saw paired Palkia VStar with Ice Rider Calyrex VMAX, so I decided to go with that version. The good news is that you already own a 1/1 line of Ice Rider Calyrex from the free Suicune V deck, so you just need to craft 1 V and 1 VMAX. And you don't need to craft any Palkia because the free version of the deck included 3 copies of the V and V-Star. This version of the deck is definitely as straightforward as possible. You have a 3/3 Palkia line, a 2/2 Ice Rider line, a 2/2 Bibarel line to help you draw cards every single turn, 1 Lumineon V to get a supporter whenever you need it, 1 copy of Drapion V to deal with Mew VMAX, Radiant Greninja to put energy in the discard pile and draw you cards, and 1 Manaphy to keep your bench safe. Not only does this deck have ways to accelerate energy with supporters like Melony and Raihan, but Palkia's V-Star power also allows you to attach up to 3 water energy from your discard pile to your water Pokemon however you want. This means that all of your water types are potential attackers. It also means you can add some other Pokemon to the deck if you want. Empoleon V is good at slowing down your opponent's setup by blocking abilities like Comfey. Starmie V can take a big one-shot KO against someone flooding the field with energy. Crabominable V can clean up a Pokemon with some damage counters on it, and Kyurem VMAX can take the place of Ice Rider Calyrex VMAX. The reason you'd want Kyurem over Ice Rider is that it doesn't have a damage cap. The only cap is the amount of energy you can get onto the damn thing. Other lists in Japan have played Palkia with Kyurem and the Shining Arcana Gardevoir. Gardevoir can accelerate energy from the top of your deck, meaning you can power up Kyurem quickly and efficiently. So if you don't think Ice Rider is powerful enough, switch the list to play Kyurem. Some other, much lesser known Pokemon you can put in here are Manaphy, Tatsugiri, and Hisuian Basculin. Manaphy can simply take 2 basic Pokemon from your opponent's hand and put them onto the bench. It's both annoying and helps Palkia deal more damage. Tatsugiri, meanwhile, attaches 2 water energy from your deck to one of your basic Pokemon. It can be good turn 1 going second, but that's about it. And Hisuian Basculin puts 2 basic Pokemon onto your bench for free, and can also evolve into Bastio Legion if you want another single prize attacker. What I noticed is that Palkia is designed to be as stress-free as possible. You run 4 copies of Ultra Ball, 4 copies of Nest Ball, and 1 Hisuian Heavy Ball to increase your consistency. You'll also find 1 Battle VIP Pass, 1 Energy Search, 1 Lost Vacuum, and 1 Escape Rope. The reason you only play 1 of these cards is because of Irida. By playing Irida, you can go get whichever item you'd like, plus whichever water Pokemon you'd like. Another item card you might want to play is Echoing Horn. Palkia VStar does more damage for the more bench Pokemon that are in play, so by using Echoing Horn, you can increase Palkia's damage output and potentially bring up an easy to knock out 2-prizer like Lumineon V. A lot of the Japanese list shied away from Echoing Horn though, but I think it's still worth testing out. Of course you play 3 copies of Melony here. Melony attaches a water energy from your discard pile to one of your V Pokemon, then draws you 3 cards. It's perfect for Palkia. Sticking to that straightforwardness, the rest of the supporters are Boss's Orders, Serena, Roxanne, Judge, and Raihan. For the stadiums, the 2 most popular ones in Japan are Path to the Peak and Temple of Sinnoh. Path to the Peak is risky since it shuts off several of your abilities, so if you think it hurts more than helps, increase the Temple of Sinnoh to 2 copies. This shuts off all special energy so you can mess up a deck like Lugia V-Star and hopefully Mew VMAX. So for 6,900 credits, you can make Palkia V-Star ready for post-rotation play, which begins on March 30th through Pokemon TCG Live. If you decide to go for the Kyurem VMAX version, keep in mind that you'll have to craft 2 copies of each Kyurem, as well as the Gardevoir line, so expect to spend at least 2,000 extra credits or so. If you have any other ideas for Palkia V-Star next format, let everyone know in the comments.